Important thing I wanted to talk about. So Chris Carson retires from the NFL due to a neck injury. So here's what happened. Seattle was so he gets his neck injury. He like doctors are telling him that he's not gonna be able to play. It's too serious, and he's already had several neck injuries before. Like the last 2 seasons, he's had 2 neck injuries already. He's already and then now he's having more neck issues, and it's that's like getting injuries is already too rough. It's already a lot for an athlete. Like, we see these guys like they're tearing their ACLs and they're out for a year, and they're whatever other injuries, like common like ankle injuries, like hamstrings, whatever it is, like all these injuries, like turf toe or whatever. It's like all this stuff. But all these injuries, these athletes are usually pretty good at coming back from, especially nowadays with the technology. They're usually pretty good with coming back from these injuries. But the couple places you really, really don't want to be injured as an athlete, I mean, just in general, but mostly for athletes too, it's back injuries and neck injuries. Like back injuries and neck injuries can kill your career. Like you can come back from torn ACL, even though it's a brutal injury. It's a brutal injury. Like you can have your legs snap in 3 places, and you could be back in a year playing football. Like there's other injuries you can come back from, but like major serious back injuries and major serious neck injuries and repeated neck injuries and repeated back injuries, those are so insanely hard to come back from. So hard to come back from. Like those are the real places you just absolutely do not want to get injured, dude. It is rough. It's a rough road. So I understand Chris Carson retiring. Like I get it, because he's like, dude, I've already had like 3 neck injuries in the last like 3 years. It's like it's getting bad. It's getting really bad. And also, okay, I'm gonna show this on screen. I'm gonna show a picture on screen. It's an example of the procedure he had done on his neck. It's pretty wild. So yeah, I'm gonna put the picture on screen somewhere here, maybe. Yeah, you can see it's like there's like brackets and bolts and like screws in his neck, and like I mean, dude, that's already so rough. Like it's bad. But basically, here's what happened with so he's a part of the Seattle Seahawks, right? And Seattle, they release him with a failed physical designation, and releasing him that way, it allows him to get a $2 million insurance protection benefit. So that's really cool, though. That's like even though he's instead of just retiring, instead of just flat out retiring and being like, okay, like I'm out, this is it. Like Seattle's like, you know what? No, like we got to make this right, dude. Like if you're gonna do this, like we need to release you with the failed physical designation, so then you can try to get this benefit, so you can get at least you can get a couple $1 million out the door, and that's gonna help you, because yeah, he really hasn't made that much money in his career, like especially because running backs, they don't really get paid. They don't really get paid, but his total career earnings was $10 million. Total career earnings, $10 million. And like to you and me, the normal people, we see $10 million and are like, oh my god, like that's crazy money. Like I would love to have $10 million. Like that, I would be set for life. But that's not realistic, though. It's not really the case, because like $10 million is awesome. Like I'm not saying $10 million is not a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and like you can do so much with that money. I'm just saying, when it comes to athletes, professional athletes, and people in the NFL, and like, dude, we got guys making $30 million a year. We got quarterbacks making $50 million a year. We got like Patrick Mahomes is getting a $500 million contract. It's like these people, these other players are making like generational wealth. Like they're making so much money they can't even spend that much money like in their lifetime. Like they wouldn't be able to even spend it all. Like it's just such a massive amount of money that's like unfathomable. And when you compare that to somebody in the NFL he's a starting running back. Like, bro, he's literally a starting running back, and he's getting paid chump change. When you compare it to everyone else, it's chump change. So you get 10 mil, like that's not good, bro. Like that fucking sucks. And I mean, like I like that Seattle they helped them with the 2 million out the door with the releasing him that way because that okay, like now you got a little like 12 mil. It helps. That definitely helps. That's something extra. Just like I just hope that he's okay financially. Like I hope that he's not just blowing his money and he can actually survive and like live a good life and stuff because because we've seen other athletes where they make less than 10 million in their career or like they make 5 million or whatever and then they end up wasting all their money and they don't invest and then it can get bad like Adrian Peterson went broke like and he's one of the most legendary running backs of all time of all time. He's legendary. He's a legendary player. He wasn't just some third stringer. And it's crazy that like he went broke. He literally spent all his money, and then he was like, "I'm gonna go back to NFL and like try to stay on team so I can just earn a little bit extra salary and just try to get some more money back." Like that's crazy, dude. So like I just don't want to see that happen to more guys, and I just hope the best for Chris Carson. Like it's really brutal that he has all these neck injuries, and like it's rough, man. But he's really an awesome player. Like to watch him starting running back in Seattle. I mean, that guy played so hard. He played so hard and was running through people, physical as hell, like just down and dirty running. Like I love that, bro. Like he really put his body on the line and like all the time, dude. So like shout out to Chris Carson. I hope he can recover well and have a great life and hopefully he doesn't go broke. Hopefully he can like invest his money and be smart with his money. And I just wish the best for him.